What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hello and welcome to this week's Sunday bonus video, where as always we are going to be going through my entire eyeshadow palette collection to pull the 4 palettes that y'all will have to choose from for my upcoming Throwback Thursday video. So of course, make sure you head over to my community section so you can cast your vote for the palette that you want to see. But to get started this week, instead of starting on the very top right here, we are going to go backwards. So we're going to start in these bottom 3 drawers over here and then just kind of move our way this way, because I feel like I always start at the top, and then by the time I get to the end I have so many palettes pulled that I just kind of rush through it and don't really get as much love out of those as I want to. So let me go ahead and get myself situated, and we're just going to go backwards through these. Alright, y'all, so the very first drawer that we're going to dive into is going to be my luxury eyeshadow palette drawer. So I have my Pat McGrath, my Natasha, Denona, some Denona, and then all of like my quads back here. So I've got Tom Ford, I've got Viseart, YesStyle, Natasha, Denona, just a bunch of my smaller palettes in here. And going through this drawer, there is a palette that I do want to pull, and it's a Pat McGrath palette, and it's one of her holiday ones. So let me see how easily I can get to it, because it's kind of back up under here, because this is kind of the best way that I could put everything in here. So I am going to pull that one. So it's not going to be this one right here, although this one is really pretty, and this one was actually a Christmas gift the year that it came out. But the one that I want to pull is last year's holiday palette. I picked this one up with every intention of doing a video with it and never got around to it. So I want to play with it and show it a little bit of love, because look at how beautiful and sparkly and colorful that palette is. Yes, it definitely has some neutrals in it, but that purple, that blue, that orange, it is just calling my name. So we're gonna pull this one, and then let me put this back. Y'all, have you seen the new Pat McGrath Mothership palette that she is launching in just under a week now? I am so excited about it. I'm planning on picking it up. I'm hoping I can get on the website early enough to get the limited edition purple packaging. I know the color story pops better on the black packaging, but I am a sucker for limited edition packaging and purple. So I'm planning on picking it up, and I will be able to do a video with that. But let's go ahead and carry on. I think I am going to skip the rest of this drawer. I've got my other 3 motherships, my smaller ones, and then we've got Denona, and then we get into Natasha, Denona, and I don't think that this is a random Lancome palette that came out a couple of years ago. Look how beautiful this is. I need to put this in my face palettes actually, because it definitely gives me more face vibes than it does eye vibes, with the exception of this green shade right there. That was super awkward. With the exception of this shade right here, these are all beautiful on the face as highlighters. So I should probably move that, but am I going to? No. Let's carry on. So I think, do we want to pull this one? This is a newer Natasha Denona palette in my collection. I got it, I guess, end of last year from a friend of mine that she was decluttering it, and I was like, I will take that off your hands. And I haven't played with it yet. It's awfully beautiful. I love the pops of yellows in there. Oh, speaking of which, Cryptine is coming out with 2 new palettes as well, and one of them has the most beautiful like yellows in it. Has my name written all over it as well. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Let's move on to the next drawer down, and this one is going to be more of my higher end palettes. We've got some drugstore, just some mainstream ones that you can walk into Ulta or Sephora and pick up, with the exception of this one right here, obviously. But let's see if there's anything in here that we want to play with. I'm kind of thinking of pulling the Cosmos palette again. I've pulled this one a few times, and poor thing never wins, but she is awfully beautiful. That shade right there, Quasar, is so incredibly stunning on the eyes. Even the shade Galaxy is insanely beautiful, and this is coming from someone who is not a fan of deeper shimmers. It is really pretty. I was really impressed with the formula in this palette. I really want to pick up more, but there just hasn't been anything that's come out since that one that's called my name. But let's see what else we have in here. We've got some Tarte, Huda Beauty, KKW, Skin by Kim. I am waiting for Skin by Kim to do something like this. I have both of her palettes. They are both very neutral. The formula is incredible, say what you will, but I want something like this. I want something exciting, something colorful, something fun. I know that's still neutral, but it was fun for her brand. But let's move on to, I think, the next drawer down. I think we're done in here. yeah, I feel like we're done in here. So we're gonna move on to this drawer right here, and this is the start of my indie palettes. I need to rearrange, hold on. All right, that's better. So this is, like I said, the start of my indie palettes. So from here on, it's pretty much going to be indie and C Beauty. There's not really any more mainstream brands that we're going to chat about, but let's see if there's anything in here to play with. These are a lot of one-off brands that are still kind of newer to me. Maybe I don't have a whole lot from them, and that's why they're in here. It really has nothing to do with whether I love this more than I love this. It's just kind of how they all fit in here. Oh, I love that palette. But I think, are we going to skip this drawer? I think we are going to skip this drawer. Which one is this one? Oh, yes, that one's beautiful. Oh, Salem Cosmetics Grunge Life. I love this palette. It is so insanely good. I just love the grungy tones in here. But I'm kind of feeling like more bright and colorful, honestly. Something a little bit more fun. Like, I love the grungy fall tones. But I'm just not in the mood for that right now. So I think we are going to skip this. That is my Shroud with Betty Jean. We've got Jolie Beauty back there. I could not remember. And then, of course, Beauty Bay, Ace Beauté, and this one from Notoriously Morbid. Okay, I think we're going to skip this drawer and we're going to move over here. So, again, let me rearrange myself. Alright, so here we are in the bottom drawer, and this is all of my C Beauty palettes. I absolutely love that I have a drawer dedicated to C Beauty, but we've got my Cryptine back here, and then we go into a little bit of Anthony. We've got Narimi, Geramo right here, Shall We go into Kenyon, we've got some Girl Cult right here, and then back there, and then these are from Color Rose, and I want to play with the Burnt Forest palette from Cryptine. This was the very first palette that the brand ever did, and right now it's still my absolute favorite. I just absolutely love the formula. I love the shimmers in here. I love that we always get some neutral mattes, and then the shimmers are just insanely shifty, beautiful, reflective, and just stunning on the eyes. So I want to pull this one. I don't know if you can get this one anymore. If you can, it'll be linked down below, but I know it's always out of stock. I don't know if it ever came back, and if it did, I don't know if it's still in stock at this point, but like I said, it'll be listed and linked down below in the description box if it is. But I think we're going to move on to the next drawer up. And in here we have all of my Glam Light and my ColourPop in here. And I think we're actually going to skip this drawer. We've got Nightmare on Elm Street, Scooby-Doo, we've got Trick or Treat, the Coca-Cola palettes. These were so good. I was actually really impressed with them. The shimmers aren't my absolute favorite from the brand, but the mattes were really good. We've got this one. I still haven't played with this one. It came in so late. I am going to sneeze. Okay, so I didn't sneeze, false alarm. But moving forward, we've got Glam Light Chucky, Garfield. Oh, I love this one so much. This is probably my absolute favorite Glam Light palette. I love this one. I love the Betty Boop. The formulas are incredible. We're going to pull that one. It's such a beautiful palette. We've got Halloween and Betty Boop. Let me put my Rick and Morty palette back from last week. It's such a big one, it goes back under there, otherwise everything won't fit in here properly. So let's throw those back and then move back over here to ColourPop. So we've got all of my beloved Star Wars palettes that I just love so much. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, if y'all didn't know. Let's see here. We got all of those. We've got the first Twilight, Frosty, Stranger Things. This one was so good. I love this color story. Yes, it's very dark, but it captures the show perfectly, and I am eagerly awaiting for the final season of that to come out as well. We've got Harry Potter. Hello. Pokemon, and then Precious Metals. This is such a good palette as well. If you want a palette that is heavily like warm tone neutrals, but then you've also got some cool tones in here, just a smattering of everything, this is such a good formula, and it's so affordable for the number of pans that you get in there. You really can't beat it. I was wildly impressed with the formula in that palette. Let's put all this back because I think we're going to skip the rest of this drawer. How did I have everything? Those were back there. I think that was there. That was there. Yes, I believe that is how everything fit in here. Okay, next drawer up. This one is going to be Gourmande Girls Ladybug Glow, Sugar Drizzle, Blairdell MUA, and Simply Posh back here. And is there anything in here that I want to play with? Let me pull these out because I know what they are, but I want to get a good look at them. So we've got Citrus Punch. Love this one. This is like such a beautiful one in the summertime. I'm just not quite feeling it yet, am I? No, I want to wait a little bit longer for that one. The Berry Icy palette. This was the very first one I ever got from the brand. I just love the color story. I know it's like two very monochromatic 9 pans coming together, but it's beautiful. The formula is fantastic. And then the Coastal palette that I think is beautiful, but I didn't love it as much as I wanted to. I know people rant and rave about this color story, but there's something about it that just doesn't quite hit home to me. The formula is beautiful. The shimmers in the middle are insanely beautiful. I don't know. I wanted a little bit more from that one. Still beautiful, just I don't love it as much as everybody else seems to. I think the Tropical Punch, or I'm sorry, Citrus Punch is still my absolute favorite from the brand, even though I only have 3. I just love it so, so much. Let's come over here to Gourmande Girls. I think we're going to skip. That's a Sugar Drizzle one back there. Of course, we've got all of my Ladybug Glow. We have my Ladybug Glow and Gourmande Girls collaborations. More Gourmande Girls, Ladybug Glow. Ooh, this would be a fun one. I need to pull this one out and do a short for St. Patrick's Day. Yes, that's what I need to do. Absolutely. I'm going to pull that one out for just something else, not really for Throwback Thursday, because St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow when y'all are watching this, so I definitely want to play with it. Okay, I think we're going to skip the rest of this drawer. Yes, we are. So let's move on to the next one up. And this one, what do we have in here? We've got Lethal, Lunar, Melt, CXC, Cleona, and then Wicked Widow all the way in the back. And I think we are going to skip this drawer as well. Ooh, my drawer is breaking and I'm about to make it even worse. But I think we're going to skip this drawer. So let's move on up to up here. And up here we have Blend Bunny, Titanium Foxes, and Glaminatrix. And I think we're probably going to skip this drawer as well. Yeah, I'm just not feeling it, am I? Love that palette. Yeah, I think we're going to skip this one for now and move on to the next drawer. Alright, so here we are in my Bella Beauté bar and Odin's Eye drawer, and I do think we're going to skip this drawer again, but we're going to run through them anyway just to double check. Oh, this one was my favorite of the, what was it? The something beautiful, planet beautiful something. I can't remember the name of the collection, but it was the one with Lauren May Beauty, Makeup Just for Fun, and Betty Jean. And I thought that this one was going to be my absolute favorite. This one I think is beautiful as well, but for some reason this one turned out to be my absolute favorite. It is so insanely beautiful. But we're going to skip those and put them back because we've already got 5 palettes pulled. So, this one's pretty too. I did like that collab. I wish I had gotten the first one that the 3 of them did because those palettes were so insanely beautiful, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I think something was probably going on at that time. I'm sure it was. Ooh, I still love this palette. Absolutely stunning. We are going to skip Odin's Eye. I kind of debated if I want to pick up the Morgan Turner palette that she did with Odin's Eye, more so because I love Morgan Turner. I love watching her roundups. I love watching her reviews. I love her. I think she's so cute and so fun, and I really wanted to support her, and I love the color story. But I just haven't been having the best of luck with Odin's Eye lately. A lot of my palettes are starting to dry out. I don't think the formula is as good as it used to be, and I don't want to waste my money, so as much as I've debated about it, I think I am going to just skip it and let it be. It's beautiful. I'm so happy for her, but yeah, I just, you know, I'm trying to be a little bit more choosy with my purchases this year, and I feel like I've done a really good job, and I'm just not feeling it as much as I want to. But I think we're going to skip this drawer as well. See, I'm doing what I do normally when I go through my palettes, but instead of rushing through everything on the other side over there, I'm rushing through all of these, and it's just so different for me, but I'm really enjoying going through these. I love doing this every single week with y'all, but we're gonna skip these. Moving on to the top drawer, we've got my Unearthly Fantasy Cosmetica and Gloss Gauze sitting right here. Oh my gosh, you guys. Whew, it has been a week. I think we're going to skip this drawer. Like, do I even want to go through it? I feel like we always go through this drawer, like, methodically every single week. And I think we're just going to skip over it and move on. And I think we're going to skip over these guys up here. All of my beloved Nomad Cosmic Beauty and Adept palettes, which Adept has a new palette launching as well that I'm so excited about. Y'all, there are so many gorgeous releases coming out that I'm really excited about. It just makes me so insanely happy. But we are going to get back down on the floor and we're going to run through these palettes, and we only need to get rid of one this time, y'all. That's pretty impressive for me, but we still need to get rid of one. Or is it two? How many do I have here? I have 5. Okay, let's figure it out. Alright, y'all, so these are the 5 that I pulled, and I don't know which one I want to put back because one of them has to go back. I don't want to put one back, but unfortunately, I can only put 4 in a pull. So let's open these up like I normally do and kind of see what we're working with really quick. I'm going to kind of take it from there. I find that to be the easiest for me. This one's not easy to open with one hand. Come on, open up. You're not, oh, it might be nice if I opened it from the right end. Okay, so these are the palettes. We've got a lot of color going on, but which one do I want to pull? I definitely want to leave in the Pat McGrath palette. I just think this one is so beautiful and I haven't gotten to play with. Like, it is completely untouched and it needs some love. So I definitely want to leave that one in for sure, 100%, no doubt. Now, as far as these other ones go, I feel like these two have a very similar color story, except Glamlight has that little pop of blue in it. But which one do we want to pull in? I kind of want both of these. Oh, those shimmers. See, the shimmers in this palette are what do it for me every single time. And actually, that's why I bought this palette. I was going to skip out on it. And I think it was Heather Austin that I saw a video. And she did a look with this. And it was either Teddy Bear or Abu Dhabi that she put on her eye. And it just popped. It was so sparkly and shifty and beautiful. And it made me buy the palette. And I'm so glad that it did. But I think we're going to leave in this one for sure. And then I think we're going to leave in Natasha Denona, and we are going to leave in Anastasia Beverly Hills, and we're going to put Cryptine away. So I think these are going to be the 4 palettes that y'all are going to have to choose from. I did not see that coming, honestly. I kind of thought poor little ABH was going to go back in the drawer, but she gets to stay out this week. So let's run through these really quick. We just talked about Glamlight Garfield. That is going to be one choice. We just talked about, of course, the Pat McGrath palette and how gorgeous that one is. What is the name of this palette? It is the Luminous Legends Mega Eyeshadow Palette. That's the name of that one. So that one is going to be in. We have the Natasha Denona Sunrise Palette, another one that I have never played with. It's an oldie. I actually think maybe this one is still available on her website. I really think it's beautiful. I like the tones in here though. I know a lot of people didn't, but I like colorful eyeshadow. And then the last one we have, of course, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cosmos palette. So those are going to be the 4 choices for this week. Make sure you cast your vote for your palette. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and until my next video, have a good one. Bye.